Hello and welcome to this jewelry making course. In this course I will use lava stones and coral in order to make a pair of earrings. As findings, I will use some eye pins, and some fishhook ear wires, and also some jump rings. Whereas as tools I will use some cutting pliers, some round nose pliers, and some chain nose pliers. So let's begin. I will take one of those lava stones and I will take one of the eye pins and put the lava stone on the eye pin. Now I will cut a bit of the eye pin with the cutting pliers. This way. I will take the chain nose pliers and bend the pin to 90 degrees like this. Now I will take the round nose pliers and create a loop Now I will put the fishhook ear wire on the loop like this. I will close the loop and the first part of my earring is ready. Now I will take one of those jump rings. I will grab it. I will open it. And I will put the coral on the jump ring. I will put the jump ring through my earring and I will close the jump ring on the coral piece. And the first earring is ready. So this will be the first earring. And now let's make the second earring. I will take the lava stone, put the lava stone on the pin. I will cut the end of the pin with the cutting pliers, this way. Now I will take the chain nose pliers, bend the pin, like this. Now I will grab the end of the pin and start creating the loop, like this. I will put the fishhook ear wire on the loop and close the loop. Like this. And again I have made the first part of the earring. Now I will take the jump ring and open the jump ring, put the coral on the jump ring, then I put the jump ring through the rest of the earring that I have created, and I close. The jump ring this way. And I have also created the second earring. And now let's put the earrings like this. And as you can see, the two earrings are ready. So these are the finished earrings. I will show you how to make a pair of earrings using these decorative charms in the shape of a half moon and some beads. I have chosen some wooden beads in different colors, red, turquoise and the natural color of wood. Now let's talk about the tools. As you can see here, I have different types of pliers that I will use for these handmade earrings. These are the cutting pliers used for cutting the wire. I will also use the chain nose pliers. As you can see, they have this tip here and they have no teeth on the surface, on the inner surface, so that they do not scratch our findings. And these are used for opening and closing the jump rings and also for bending the wire. And the last pair of pliers that I wanted to show you are the round nose pliers. As you can see, they have this rounded tip here, which is used for making loops, like this loop here. And the last tool that I will use is this ring. It is the jump ring opener. So I will put the jump rings inside in these ridges here, and I will be able to open and to close my jump rings. So these jump rings, so they are made for the jump rings. And now the last step is to talk about the findings. As you can see here, I have my findings that I will use for this pair of earrings. So the first finding that I will talk about is this one. This is called the French ear wire or the fishhook ear wire, and it is used for hanging the earring into the ear, on the earlobe. The second item that I will use, finding that I will use, is this pin called the eye pin. So it's called the eye pin because it has this little loop here, and I will use it for the beads. I will put the beads on these pins. And the last finding that I will use is this jump ring. So I will use the jump ring to hang the metal charm on the earring. And now that we have talked about all these tools, let's start making the earrings. In order to make the first earring, I will take one of those pins and I will start putting the beads on the pin. So I will put the beads symmetrically. This way. So as you can see, I have added the beads, and now I will create the first loop. So as you can see, I have one loop here, and I will make another loop at this end of my pin. One aspect to take into consideration is that both loops must be in the same plane. So they shouldn't be one in this plane and the other in this plane, because they will not look aesthetic. This way I will grab, this is why I will grab the pin like this, and I will create the first loop. In order to make the first loop, I will grab my pin and bend it to 90 degrees. And in order to prevent the last bead from cracking, because it is a wooden bead, and it is also valid with other types of beads like glass beads, for example, they also crack very easily, I will leave about 1 millimeter distance between the place where I bend the pin and the last bead, so that the beads have a bit of space to move and there is no pressure from bending the pin on the beads. So let's bend the pin to 90 degrees in the same plane as the other loop here. So I bent the pin like this, and now I will take the cutting pliers and I will cut the end of my pin like this. So let's cut with the cutting pliers like this. So as you can see, I cut a bit of my pin. And now this pin is shorter here and I can make the loop. In order to make the loop, I will take the round nose pliers, grab the end of my loop and start turning the wire around my pliers. Before I close the loop, I take my French ear wire and put it on the loop like this. And now I can close the loop with the round nose pliers like this. So as you can see, my loops are both in the same plane like this, so that they look symmetrically. They are not twisted. So this is the first part of my earring. Now, now that we have reached this step, we also have to attach our half moon, our decoration. As I told you, in order to attach the charm, the metal charm, to the earring, I will use one of these findings, the jump rings. In order to open the jump ring, I will grab it with my pliers like this, and I will take the jump ring opener and open my jump ring. So as you can see, I have opened the jump ring like this, and now I will take the charm, put the charm on my jump ring like this, and I will also take my earring, the earring that I have made, and with the loop of my eye pin, I will put this loop on my jump ring, and now I will close the jump ring using the same tools, the jump ring opener and the pliers. this way. And now I have closed the jump ring. And my first earring is ready. So as you can see, this is a dangle earring. So it's an earring that you can wear, for example, at the beach. Now let's make the second earring. I will take the eye pin. Again, put the beads in the same order so that they look symmetrically. Like this. Now I will grab the eye of this eye pin like this, and take the pliers, and at a distance of about 1 millimeter I will bend the pin like this way. I make sure that both loops will be in the same plane, and now I will cut a bit of the wire here, so the end of the wire, with the cutting pliers. Like this. So I cut this bit of wire. I'll put it away. Now our pin is shorter here, and I can use the round nose pliers to create the loop. So I will grab the end of the pin and start turning the pin around the tip of my round nose pliers like this. And as you can see, I have created the loop, but I have not closed it yet. As you can see, both loops are in the same plane. So they are like this, in this plane. Not one like this and one like this. And now I will take the second fish hook ear wire, put it on our open loop, and I can close the loop now. With my pliers. And as you can see, I have created the second loop, and my fishhook ear wire is hanging on the pin, on the eye pin, like this. And this last step is to also attach the charm. I will take the jump ring, open the jump ring with the jump ring opener, put the charm on the jump ring, and I will put the eye pin on this jump ring too. So I hang on my open jump ring both the beads as well as the charm, the metal charm. And now I can close the jump ring, and my second earring is also ready. So as you can see, both earrings are ready now. And as an important detail to mention is that you should always be attentive so that your fishhook ear wires are pointing in opposite directions. So one should point to the left, one should point to the right, so that your earrings look symmetrically, so that your charms always are symmetrical. So as you can see, it is very simple to make a pair of earrings like this, because you only need some charms and some beads and a few findings. So I hope you liked this jewelry making tutorial and that you know how to make a simple pair of dangle earrings now. I will show you how to make a pair of earrings using these lava stones and a few findings. I will use some head pins and some fishhook ear wires. We shall also need some tools, and in order to make these earrings I will need some chain nose pliers, these chain nose pliers, round nose pliers and cutting pliers. So let's start making the earrings. The first step will be to take one of those pins, those head pins, and I will put the lava stone on the head pin. I will grab the pin and bend it like this. I will take the cutting pliers and cut a bit of the pin like this way. Now I will take the round nose pliers, grab the tip of the pin and start rolling. So I will open the loop like this. I will take the fishhook ear wire, put it on this loop like this, and I will close the loop. And the first earring is ready. Now I will take the second pin, put the lava stone on the pin. I will take the cutting pliers and cut the end of the pin. Grab the chain nose pliers and bend the pin to 90 degrees, like this. I will take the round nose pliers and start creating the loop. Before I close the loop, I put the fishhook ear wire on the loop. Now I will close the loop. And the second earring is also ready. So the earrings are both ready. So these are the finished lava stone earrings. I will show you how to make a pair of earrings using some metal charms I have chosen these charms in the shape of a starfish. And I will also use some beads. I will use coral and turquoise beads. As findings, I will use these jump rings, some eye pins, and also these fishhook ear wires. And as tools, I will use the pliers that you see on the table. So these are the chain nose pliers. As you can see, they have a sharp tip here, and they have no teeth, so that they do not scratch the findings. And I will use them to bend the metal parts and to open and to close the jump rings. Then I will use the cutting pliers to cut the metal parts, the findings. And I will also use the round nose pliers. As you can see, they are rounded here at the tip, and they are used for making loops. And also for the jump ring, I will need this jump ring opener. And now let's begin making the first earring. I will take one of those eye pins and I will put the beads on the eye pin. So I arrange them symmetrically like this. And now I will create the first loop. I will grab the loop here and I will take the chain nose pliers. I will grab the beads a bit higher than the last bead, so about 1 millimeter higher than the last bead, so that the last bead does not break, and I will bend the wire in the same direction as the other loop. So I will bend the wire to 90 degrees like this, and as you can see, there is a bit of space between the place where I bent the wire and the last bead, so that the last bead does not break. And as you can see, the loop here is in the same plane with the direction in which I bent my wire. And this way, both loops will be in the same direction, in the same plane, so that they look symmetrically. I will take the cutting pliers and cut a bit of this wire here, like this. So I cut a bit of the end of my wire. So the wire is shorter now, and I will start making the loop. In order to make the loop, I will take the round nose pliers and grab the end of my loop and start turning, as you can see, the wire around my loop like this. So before I close the loop, so as you can see, I have created the loop with the round nose pliers, and I have left this loop open. Now I will take the fishhook ear wire and put it on this loop like this, and I will grab the loop and close it this way. And as you can see, I have attached the fishhook ear wire or French ear wire to my beads, to the eye pin with my beads. And now let's attach the charm. In order to attach the charm, I will take one of those jump rings and open it. I will grab it with my pliers, with the chain nose pliers, and with the jump ring opener, and I open. As you can see, I have opened my jump ring this way. Now I will put the jump ring through the loop of my charm, and I will also put it through the loop of my beads of the rest of the earring, of the eye pin. Now I will close the jump ring this way, and I have attached, as you can see, I have attached the charm to the rest of the earring. So as you can see, this is what our earring looks like. So this is the first earring. And now let's make the second earring. By following the same steps, I will take the eye pin and put the turquoise and coral beads symmetrically. So I put the turquoise beads on the outside, the red coral bead on the inside here. And I will grab the eye of the eye pin and bend my pin at a distance of about 1 millimeter away from the last bead, this way, and bend it to 90 degrees this way, like this. So as you can see, the loop here and the direction of my pin that I have bent is in the same plane. Now I will take the cutting pliers and cut the end of my wire this way. So again, I cut a bit of my wire, and with the round nose pliers I grab the end of my wire. So I will continue creating the loop like this, and before I close the loop, so as you can see the loop is still open, I take the fishhook ear wire and put it on my loop like this, and now I can close the loop with the pliers. So let's see. This way I have closed the loop. The fishhook ear wire is not going to fall off the eye pin. And now let's attach the starfish charm. Now I will take the jump ring. I will grab the jump ring with the pliers. I will open the jump ring. I will put the charm on the jump ring and also the fishhook ear wire with the eye pin, and I will close the jump ring. This way. So I have used the pliers to close the jump ring, and my earrings are ready, as you can see. So these are the finished earrings. So whenever you attach the fishhook ear wires, you must be attentive that they should face with this tip, they should face each other. Otherwise, one of your charms will not show the front side, but the back side like this. So always be careful at the direction of your fishhook ear wires. So they should always face each other like this. So one should point to the right, one should point to the left. So these are the finished dangle earrings. I will show you how to make some metal dangle earrings using some metal chain, this bit of chain, some metal charms, these heart-shaped charms, fishhook ear wires, and some jump rings. As tools, I will need a jump ring opener and a pair of chain nose pliers. So if you are ready, let's begin making the dangle earrings. I will take one of those jump rings, grab it with the pliers and open it with the jump ring opener. So as you can see, I have opened this jump ring, and now I will put the charm on the jump ring like this, and I will take the chain and put the chain on the jump ring as well. Now I will close this jump ring with the chain nose pliers and the jump ring opener. This way. And now I will hang the fishhook ear wire. In order to put the fishhook ear wire at this end of my chain, I will open another jump ring like this. I will put the chain on the jump ring like this, and I will put the fishhook ear wire on the jump ring. And now I'm closing the jump ring, and I have created the first dangle earring. And now let's do the same steps with the second earring, with the second charm. I take the jump ring, I open the jump ring with the pliers and the jump ring opener like this. I put the charm on the jump ring, so I put this bit of chain on my jump ring like this. I close the jump ring, this way. Now I will take the second jump ring and open it. I have opened the jump ring, and I will put the chain on the jump ring like this, and I will put the fishhook ear wire on the jump ring as well. And now I will close the jump ring. And my second earring is also, dangle earring is also ready. So this is what my dangle earrings look like. I will show you how to make a pair of earrings, of dangle earrings, using some metal charms. For these earrings I will use some tools, some pliers, cutting pliers, round nose pliers, chain nose pliers. I will also use a jump ring opener, and beside the charms, the metal charms, I will use some turquoise and coral beads, and as findings I will use some eye pins, some jump rings, and some fishhook ear wires. And now let's begin making the first earring. In order to make the first earring, I will take an eye pin and I will start putting the beads on my eye pin. So I'll put them symmetrically like this. And now I will start creating a loop at this end of my pin. So it's very important to make both loops in the same plane. So I will make them in this same plane so that they do not face opposite directions. So the second loop will not be placed this way, it will also be placed this way in the same plane. So I will grab the eye pin and I will bend the pin at about 1 millimeter away from my last bead so that the bead does not break. So as you can see, there is at least 1 millimeter distance between the place where I will bend the pin and my last bead. I will bend the pin to 90 degrees this way, and because the pin is a bit too long, I will also cut the end of my pin. This way, so I have cut a bit of my pin with the cutting pliers, and now I will make the loop. In order to make the loop, I will take the round nose pliers, grab the end of my pin and start rolling the pin this way, and before I close this loop, I will put the fishhook ear wire on my pin, and now I can close the loop with the round nose pliers. This way. So I have closed the loop and my beads are now hanging on the fishhook ear wire. And now I will take one of those jump rings. I will grab it with the chain nose pliers this way, and I will open it with the jump ring opener like this. So as you can see, I have opened the jump ring. I will take one of those charms I'll open the jump ring a bit more. So I will put the charm on the jump ring like this, and I will hang the rest of my earrings with the beads on the jump ring, and I will close the jump ring. this way. And I have created the first earring. So this is our first earring. Let's put the earring away and make the second earring using the same steps. I will take the eye pin, put the beads symmetrically, so the blue turquoise bead will be in the middle, like this, and the coral beads on the sides, and I will create the loop. I will leave 1 millimeter between the place where I bend my pin and the last bead so that the beads do not break. I bend the pin to 90 degrees. I measure, and it looks like this pin is also a bit too long, so I will cut the end of my pin like this. So I cut this end of the pin. And now with the round nose pliers I start making the loop this way. I put the fishhook ear wire on my loop, and now I can close the loop. This way, so I have closed the loop, and I will attach the second charm. I will open the jump ring, like this. And I will put the beads on the jump ring as well, and I will close the jump ring. This way. And the second earring is also ready. So let's see the finished earrings. So this is what our finished earrings look like. So they're dangle earrings with metal charms. Beaded earrings with metal charms. I will show you how to make a pair of earrings. Using metal charms, I will use these metal charms in the shape of turtles. And I will also use some beads. As findings, I will use fishhook ear wires, eye pins, and some jump rings. And in order to attach all these pieces together, I will use chain nose pliers, cutting pliers, round nose pliers, and my jump ring opener. So if you're ready, let's begin making the first earring. As you can see here, I have this eye pin, so I will make sure the eye pin is straight. So I will use the chain nose pliers to straighten the eye pin. And I will start putting the beads on my eye pin, and I will make sure that they are ordered in a symmetrical manner. So I've used turquoise and coral beads so that the earrings can be worn at the beach They also have this charm that reminds of water, of the beaches, of the sea. So let's continue putting the beads. Like this. So I have added all these beads in order to make some dangle earrings, so longer earrings. And now I will make another loop like this one at this end. In order to make the loop, I will take the pliers and bend the pin. So I will leave at least 1 millimeter between the place where I will bend my pin and the last bead, so that the last bead does not break. So as you can see, I left a bit of room here so that the beads can move like this, and this way I will make sure that this last bead does not break when I bend my pin. So I have bent the pin like this. Now I will cut a bit of the end of my pin with the cutting pliers like this. So I cut this bit of metal from the end of my pin this way, and now I will take the round nose pliers and start rolling the pin so that I create the first loop like this. Now I will stop. So as you can see, the loop is still open. I will take my fishhook ear wire or French ear wire and put it on my loop, my open loop, and now I can close the loop this way, and I have created the first part of my dangle earring. Now, in order to finish the earring, I will need to attach my turtle, the metal charm. To do so, I will take the jump ring and open it using the jump ring opener and the pliers, the chain nose pliers. I will put the charm on my jump ring, and also I will put the jump ring on the pin with my beads, on the eye pin with my beads. And now I can close the jump ring this way, and our first earring is ready. So as you can see, it's a dangle earring, a long earring. So earrings like this make the neck look longer. And let's continue with the second earring. Again, I will take the eye pin and start putting the beads in the same order, symmetrically, so that they look good. This way. Let's continue putting the beads in the same fashion so that they are not different from one another. This way. So as you can see, the two earrings must be identical, so we should check lest any of those beads is not ordered correctly. And again, I will make another loop here. I will take the chain nose pliers and bend the pin to 90 degrees like this. Now again, the pin is a bit long, and I will cut the end of my pin like this. Now that I have cut the end of my pin, let's start making the loop using the round nose pliers. Now I have started making the loop. Before I close the loop, I will put the fishhook ear wire. Now I can close the loop this way. Now I have closed the loop, and I can add the second charm to my earrings. I will grab the jump ring, open it with the pliers and the jump ring opener. I will take the charm and put the charm on my jump ring this way, and I will take the earring and put the charm and the beads on my jump ring. Now I will close the jump ring this way, and my second earring is also ready. Now let's see the earrings from a closer distance. The finished earrings. So as you can see, these are the finished earrings, and as I've already told you, it's important to be careful that all the beads are arranged symmetrically so that the earrings look identical. So I hope you liked this tutorial and that you know how to make a pair of earrings, dangle earrings like these now. Hello and welcome to this jewelry making tutorial. In this tutorial I will show you how to make a pair of earrings using beads and some findings. So I will use a bit of chain. I will use some head pins. So they are called head pins because of this head, so they look like a little nail. Some fishhook ear wires to hang the earrings into the earlobes, and some jump rings. And tools, I will use these pliers. So these are the cutting pliers used to cut the wire. These are the round nose pliers that we use in order to create the loops, and these are the chain nose pliers used for bending the pins and also for opening the jump rings. Also for opening the jump rings, I use the jump ring opener. Now let's put the tools away and let's begin by making the first earring. So I will take one head pin and I will start putting the beads on the head pin. Let's see from a closer distance. So I put the first bead, the white bead. Now I will put a coral bead, a turquoise bead, and again another white bead. So I put the beads on the first pin, and now I will take the second pin and start putting the beads on the second pin in the same order. So I'll put a coral bead, the turquoise bead, and the next white bead, like this. And now let's make the first loop. I will take one of those earrings and I will measure the length of my pin. So as you can see, the pin is a bit too long, so I will take the pliers and cut the end of my pin like this. So I have cut this bit of my pin with the cutting pliers. And now let's create the first loop. In order to make the loop, I will bend the pin to 90 degrees. I will leave about 1 millimeter of space between the last bead, the white bead, and the place where I will bend the pin, so that the bent pin, so the loop, does not press on the last bead in order to break it. So let's bend the pin to 90 degrees like this. And now let's make the first loop. In order to make the loop, I will take the round nose pliers, grab the end of the pin and start turning it like this. So as you can see, I've started making the loop, and I will continue turning this pin like this, and I have created the loop. And before let's see from a closer distance, before I close this loop, so let's close it a bit more, the loop. So I have used the round nose pliers to create this loop, and now I will take the chain and I will put the chain on my loop. This way. So as you can see, I have put the chain on the loop, and now I can close the chain with my round nose pliers like this way. So as you can see, the chain is hanging on the loop that I have created like this. And now I will take one of those jump rings and open the jump ring. I will grab it with the pliers, with the chain nose pliers, and with the jump ring opener I will open the jump ring like this. So as you can see, the jump ring is now open. I will take the chain again So I will take the chain and put the chain on the jump ring that I have opened, and then I will put the fishhook ear wire on this jump ring. Now the last step is to take the pliers and the jump ring opener and to close the jump ring like this. And I have created the first dangle earring. So this is the first earring that I have created. So as you can see, the method to create this earring is a very simple one. So you only need a jump ring here and the head pin or on the other end with the beads. Now let's make the second earring using the same method. So I will take the pin and measure, and again I will cut a bit of the end of my pin here with the cutting pliers like this. So I've cut this bit of the pin. Now I will take the pliers, the chain nose pliers, leave a bit of space between the place where I will bend the pin and the last bead so that the bead doesn't break. I will bend the pin to 90 degrees, as you can see here. And now with the round nose pliers I will start to create the loop. So I will roll this pin this way, and I will take the chain and I will put the chain on the loop that I have just created like this, and now I can close the loop this way so that the chain doesn't come out like this. So as you can see, I have attached the pin, the head pin with the beads, to the chain this way. And now the last step, I will take the jump ring and open it. I'll grab it with the pliers, with the chain nose pliers and the jump ring. I have opened the jump ring. Now that I have opened the jump ring, I will put the jump ring through the chain. I will hang the fishhook ear wire and I will close the jump ring this way. And now I have also created the second earring, and let's see what our new earrings look like. So these are the finished earrings. So I hope you liked this tutorial, and now you know how to create a pair of earrings, dangle earrings, using a bit of chain and some beads. I'll show you how to make a pair of dangle earrings, beaded earrings, using some metal charms. So I will use these metal charms and these beads, turquoise and coral beads. As findings, I will use some fishhook ear wires, some jump rings, and those eye pins. Whereas as tools, I will use these pliers. These are the chain nose pliers, the cutting pliers, and the round nose pliers, and also a jump ring opener for my jump rings. So let's begin making the first earring. So I will take the charm and one of those jump rings. I will grab the jump ring with my pliers and I will open the jump ring like this. I will put the charm on my jump ring this way, and I will take one of those eye pins and put the eye pin on the jump ring as well. I will grab the jump ring with the pliers, with the chain nose pliers and the jump ring opener, and close the jump ring. And I have attached the first charm to my eye pin. I will take the second charm and do the same steps. So I will grab the jump ring with the pliers, with the chain nose pliers and the jump ring opener, and I will put the charm on my jump ring this way. I will take the eye pin and put the eye pin on the jump ring as well and close the jump ring. And now I will take one of those pins, eye pins. I'll straighten the pin using the chain of pliers, and I will start putting the beads on my eye pin, making sure that they are arranged symmetrically. So I will alternate the turquoise and the coral beads. As you can see, I chose different sizes of beads so that they also have a certain shape. Not only the colors should differ, but also the size of the beads. So as you can see, the bead in the middle here, the turquoise bead, is a bit larger than the other beads. And now let's create another loop here. As you can see, this bit of wire is long enough. It doesn't need any more cutting. I will grab the pin at a bit of a distance, so I will leave about 1 millimeter between the last red bead and the place where I bend the pin, and I will start bending the pin like this to 90 degrees. And now I will take the round nose pliers and start rolling the pin so that I make the loop of my pin. I will take the fishhook ear wire and put it into this loop like this, and now I will close the loop. This way. So I have closed the loop and my first earring is ready. So this is the first dangle earring. And now let's take the second pin and I will arrange the beads in the same order. So I'll make sure that the beads are arranged symmetrically and that both pins look identical. So I'll make sure that on both pins the beads are arranged the same way. And now I will make the second loop. So as you can see, this pin is a bit too long, so I will first of all bend the pin, leaving 1 millimeter between the last bead and the place where I bend my pin. I bend the pin to 90 degrees like this. So as you can see, the beads can move a little bit here, and this ensures that the last bead will not break when I bend the pin. And now I will take the cutting pliers and cut a bit of the end of my pin here like this. So I cut this bit of my pin, and I will take the round nose pliers and start rolling the pin to create the loop like this. And now that I have created the loop, I will also put the I will also put the fishhook ear wire and close the loop. And now I have also finished the second earring. Now let's see the earrings from a closer distance. So these are the finished earrings. As you can see, the dangle earrings are made up of the beads and of my charms. So I hope you liked this tutorial, and now you can create a pair of dangle earrings using beads and metal charms. I will show you how to make some earrings using those heart-shaped metal charms. So I will make some simple heart-shaped earrings. For the earrings, I will use the charms that I've shown you, the metal charms, and also some findings, some jump rings, and some fishhook ear wires. And as tools, I will use different pliers and a jump ring opener. And now let's begin making the earrings. To make the first earring, I will take the charm and I will take one of those jump rings. I will grab the jump ring with the pliers, and with the jump ring opener I will open the jump ring this way. And now I will put the metal charm on the jump ring, and I will also put the fishhook ear wire on the same jump ring. I will grab the jump ring with the pliers and with the jump ring opener and close the jump ring. And I have created the first earring. So as you can see, it is a very simple earring. And now let's do the same steps in order to make the second earring. I will take the second jump ring and open it. I will grab it with the pliers, open it with the jump ring opener this way. I will put the charm in the shape of a heart on the jump ring, and I will put the fishhook ear wire or the French ear wire on the jump ring. I will close the jump ring, and I have created the second earring too. And now I will explain to you one detail that you have to take into consideration whenever you make earrings. As you can see here, one of my fishhook ear wires is pointing to the right side and the other one is pointing to the left side. So be very careful when you make your earrings so that these fishhook ear wires are pointing in opposite directions. Otherwise, if they both point to the same direction, you will have one earring showing us the front and the other earring showing us the back side. So always be careful how you position the fishhook ear wire. They should always face each other the tips of the ear wires should always face each other so that the earrings show the front and not one the front and the other the back. So these are our earrings. So this is what our metal earrings in the shape of a heart look like.